Students, welcome once again to Information and Technology. In the last class, we have studied about the RDBMS in brief. The introduction of RDBMS was given in lecture number 8. So, if you haven't watched that particular video, you first go and watch it and then come to this lecture number 9. Here, we will be seeing what actually is the structure of the relational database management system model. So here we will see what is the relational model, what is the actual structure, how it consists of. Here we also will be studying the various technical terms that will be used in the relational database management system. So all this will be covered in this particular video. So concentrate a bit clearly in this because there are various technical terms related to relational database management system which will be carried forward and used later on. The technical terms will be used from now onwards. So let's move to the lesson. Now let us come to the basic terms that will be used in relational model. So first term, that is relation. In the previous lecture of RDBMS, I have told that it is a structured database. It is a type of structured database. Structured means the database will be in the form of tables. All the data will be stored in the form of table, that is in the form of rows and columns. So this is the format in which the data will be stored, that is in the form of rows and columns. And you can see here it is same as that of Excel. It is in the format of a table. So the table is called as relation in RDBMS. So the name of the table is called as relation. So here the name of the table is student. You can see at the bottom the name of the table is student. So this is a student table which consists of the registration number of the student, name of the student, date of birth and mobile number of three different students. So we will say that this is a relation. That relation, the name of the relation is student. Okay, so the term relation means the table. So in this particular table name is student, so the relation name here is student. Okay, now let's go to the next term. The next technical term is attributes. Now after relation, the next term is attribute. Now what is attribute? Just you have to keep in mind the headings or the name of the columns are called as attributes. In the previous table you have seen that the table was there and it consists of 4 columns and 3 rows. So here the name of the 4 columns, that is registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number. These 4 are the attributes of the relation student. Okay, understood? So registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number are the attributes of the relation student. Coming back to the basic, the column name, registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number are the attribute of the table student. So in place of table we will say it now as relation student. Okay, so what are the attributes? There are 4 attributes in this particular table: registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number. Just keep in mind that the columns of the relation are called as attributes. Okay, now the next term is tuples. As attribute, what was attribute? Attribute was the name of the column. The column of the relation was called as attribute. Here just different, that tuples, tuple is the rows of that particular relation student. Okay, so the relation is student here, and the tuple are the rows. So the first row 1 2 3 4 5 Akash 22 6 2000 986895865 this is the first tuple. Then the second row is the second tuple, and the third row is the third tuple. So total there are 3 tuples in this relation student. So just keep in mind that the rows in a table are called as tuple. Here there are 3 tuples. Akash, the details of Akash, the details of Bipin, and the details of Asha. So these are the tuples of the relation student. So this is the second technical term. First was attribute, that was the name of columns. Second is tuple, that is the rows of the attribute student. Understood? The next term is domain. So what do you mean by domain? See the table here. In the table there are registration number, then the name of the student is there, his or her date of birth is there, and the mobile number is there. So the attribute were the columns and the tuple were the rows. Student is the relation. Now what do you mean by domain? Each and every value in the cell or in the column is called as domain. For example, the values 1 2 3 4 5, name Akash, 22 10 19 99, then any of the mobile number, all these values inside that particular relation is called as domain. Okay, so very simple. All the values in every cell of a table are called as domain. Here I have marked only 5 values. All the values will be called as domain. 1 2 3 4 6, it is also one of the domain of that particular relation student. Okay, all the values inside every cell of the relation is called as domain. The next term is the relation schema. The schema of the relation or the schema of the table. So here is the relation student, which has the following attributes: registration number, name of the student, date of birth, mobile number. Tuples are 1 2 3 4 5 Akash 22 6 2000, then 98689586558. Okay, all these are the tuples. Then domain are Akash, Bipin, Asha, then the mobile numbers, all the values inside the cell is the domain. Now what is the schema? Schema means the actual structure of the table. So what is the structure of the table? So this relation schema of the table will be written as follows: the name of the table and the name of the attributes, that is the heading of the columns. So this is the schema, means registration number, then name of the student, date of birth, mobile number. Structure means what? As we are defining the table, for example registration number, the data type will be integer. The name of the student, the data type will be character varchar. Date of birth, the data type is date. Mobile number, the data type will be integer. So this is the basic skeleton or the structure of the table of the relation student. So this is called as the relation schema. So whenever you have to write a relation schema for a particular relation, so this is the format that you have to do. That is, you write the name of the relation, and in the bracket you write the name of all the attributes with commas. Okay, so this is the basic format of relation schema. Now the next term is the degree of the relation. Now what do you mean by degree of the relation? So here is your relation, student. The number of attributes or the number of columns of the relation is called as degree of the relation. Here in the relation, student, how many degree are there? So the degree will be, how many columns are there? The column, there are 4 columns: registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number. These are the 4 columns. So the degree of the relation student will be 4. Okay, the next term comes is the cardinality. So similarly, the number of tuples or the number of rows of the relation student is the cardinality of the table. So what is the cardinality here? So there are 3 rows. Okay, the row won't include the heading. Okay, so there are only 3 rows. So these 3 rows, so the cardinality of this relation student will be 3. Understood? So now let us revise once again. So what all terms we studied? The first was the name of the table is called as the relation. So here in this particular table, the name of the table is student. So the relation is student. Next we studied was the attribute. Attributes are the name of the columns. So the name of the columns are registration number, name of student, date of birth and mobile number in this particular table which is given. So these are the attributes, the headings. Then tuples. The tuples are the rows. There are 3 rows. So all the values in each row is called as a tuple. So there are 3 tuples here. Then the next was the domain. The value in each of the cell is called as the domain. Next is degree. The degree of the table is the number of attributes. Here there are 4 attributes, so the degree is 4. And the cardinality of the table is the number of rows. So here there are 3 rows, so these constitute the cardinality, that is the cardinality will be 3. We should exclude the heading row. Okay, so the cardinality is 3 here. So hope you have understood this. So these are the technical terms, and now we will use all these terms only. We won't go back to the basic terms